Welcome to She Rolls Rogue, where it's no gi.
No rules.
No apologies.
And this is episode number 11, I think. I think we just released episode 10, I think. So it's a little bit crazy because we originally said one episode a month, so that would be 12 in a year, and now we're at 12 within 6 months, or almost 12 within 6 months. So, you know.
We have a lot
That's the way we do things.
We have a lot to say. We have lots of opinions. But today we were thinking of things to talk about for a topic episode, and we came up with why women stay in the sport of jiu-jitsu. So I guess to start, we can talk about like why we decide to stay in the sport, because it is a hard sport to like get into, and there's definitely low points where you're like, I fucking don't want to do this anymore.
Me last month.
So who wants to go first? Who's got things to say?
Go ahead, Tori.
I guess I'll start. I'm the newest. So I'm a year and a half in now.
Yep. 3 stripes.
She just got her third stripe. Congrats!
So for me, I think a lot of it is like the mental like escape that I can get, especially as like a mom and a business owner and a wife. Like when I can come to class and I just get that hour to myself, and like the second, like all those cliche reels that you see of like, why do you jiu-jitsu? And then they step on the mat and it's like dead silent. It's like, it's so real because you just can't think about anything else when you're trying to survive not being killed. And so that's like a huge part for me, is I can just like, it's just me time, and it makes me stronger in a lot of aspects for those things that I'm also like getting away from. But
she's fighting her way from problems.
I'm fighting my way in and out. I'd say that's probably like my biggest thing, is the mental aspect, along with the other list of things, but that's my biggest.
Okay. Nat?
I would,
she's forced.
What's that?
She's forced.
Now I don't have a choice.
Selected.
I do, but there's a lot of reasons I stay, but I would say that the biggest one, and this is going to sound really mean, but I like the ability to be mean. Is that like...
She wants to be a bully, but she knows it's socially not acceptable.
Right?
So she comes and bullies people on the mat.
I like to fight people, and here it's acceptable.
It's powerful, right? Like that ability to know, like, if you know, I like leg locks and stuff, but my other favorite thing is to climb up into that mount position with the smother choke and the...
Yeah, you're the worst about that.
And it really is, like, that is a powerful position, and I like knowing that I have that, and that the better I get, the more powerful I get with that. So I would say that it's like being able to be mean in a controlled, kind situation.
Where the other person's on the waiver.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can give each other a hug afterwards, and so yeah, that's one of them. That's a big one.
Yeah, I think mine is, I mean, there's a lot to it, and I mean, we'll get into it, and I might be vulnerable. I don't know. We'll see what comes out of my mouth. But my biggest thing is probably like the confidence it gives me. I'm not like the most confident person. Like, I've gotten more confident over the last five years. Holy shit. But yeah, I've gotten a lot more confident as a person in the last 5 years, and a lot of that has to do with jiu-jitsu. And then on top of it is just being able to like work things out. So there's definitely days where I have a rough day and I'm like, I just want to put someone through a wall. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I can come here in a controlled environment and not get arrested for beating someone up.
You can be mean.
Yeah, I can be mean.
And it's not even like it's getting your aggression out, but not in an aggressive way.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just being an ass to be an ass, but you can get that feeling of I need to be an asshole out through that.
Yeah.
Like some people will go on a run.
Yeah.
We just like to choke people out instead.
I don't want to run. If you see me running, you should also run. 'Cause I'm probably running from something.
I tell myself I like to run, but
You know, that
just to
doesn't
get me
work.
through the run.
Yeah,
So a lot of people say that. Just tell yourself you like it. And it doesn't, I don't like to run. And I was a track athlete in high school and college. So, yeah, no thanks.
I like the idea of running. I like the idea of being a runner.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
I like to run once I get past that first like hurdle of getting myself back into the
Yeah.
rhythm of it. But once
And
I
everything
get
hurting
to
and-
where I
Yeah.
can run for that 3 miles, and especially if it's outside, and I just run for 3 miles with music, I do like that. But
Yeah.
that every time I stop doing it for a while, and now I have to start
And then
again.
you do it
I'm
again.
like, oh, I don't want to get back into it again. Where I never feel that way with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Never. Like, even if I have to take 2 weeks off for whatever reason, I'm always excited to go back on the mat.
Yeah.
I literally, Monday, I was like, it's Monday. It's finally here. It's been a week. I can go back. And I like was trying to figure out, I'm like, how can I try and get people to want to do something on Sunday that I can do? But Will was working and I had the kids, so I was like, I guess I'll wait till tomorrow. And I felt so good to come back and roll after a week.
Even on the days when I don't really feel like it, if somebody's, because as you guys know, I train when I'm needed, or when, if it's a completely even number, I back off to make sure that other people get, but, so some days I walk in and I'm like, oh, I'm not planning on training, I don't want to, but then it's an uneven number or whatever, and Mel's getting ready for her competition, so I'm like, do you want a couple of hard rounds? Every time, it doesn't matter if I didn't feel like it, when I'm actually in the role, it feels great.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Whereas jogging or any other form of exercise is not like that.
No,
If
it's
I
like
don't
dreaded
feel
the-
like jogging and I force myself to do it anyway, I'm glad I did it, but I didn't enjoy it while.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Has there ever been a point where you guys thought that you wanted to walk away from the sport?
all together.
No. I've been close to like, I've had breakdowns for sure, of like, wait, I frickin' suck and I'm new and I'm never gonna get better, all that everybody goes through, but never like, I'm done. I'm not gonna do it anymore. This has been like the first and only thing ever in my life, other than like having kids, that I've like,
Nonchalant. Kids, whatever.
whatever. That like I have genuinely fallen in love with, where I am like, I don't care what point in my life I'm at, I will find a way to always have this be a part of my life. Even if it's only like one day a week or once every couple weeks, like I will make it into my routine somehow.
Yeah. What about you?
No, which is in part because that leads into another reason why I did it. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but part of the reason I started is because I knew that as my kids were growing up, that Kenny and I would need something. You go through those stages in your early 20s or whatever, you're partying, and that's what holds you together or whatever. Then you have kids, and so you're family oriented, and that becomes, and then once your kids grow up and they move out of the house, now what the fuck do you have, right? And so I was incredibly aware of that. I actually have some friends who, after their kids moved out, they divorced. So I was like,
That's super common.
it
I just
is.
read
It's
a whole
very, very
thing about
common
it.
about it.
Mhm.
And it's because they grow apart. They had the family connection, but then after that, like, they just didn't have the same things or the same interests. So, and as we know, Ken fell in love with jiu-jitsu the day he started. And Kenny does everything all or nothing. There's no in between. If he does it, he's all in.
You don't say.
I met him.
Weird.
Yeah, really.
never
And
guessed.
so that second, but it took me a while to get into it. But I was conscious of that, and so I finally was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna force myself to do it, which that I've mentioned. So, point being is that not only do I do it for myself, I do it at this point for the two of us. It's something we can do together, even if we don't roll together that often. this environment, this we do together. So I knew that it would take a major catastrophe to separate me from jiu-jitsu. In some way, I will be involved in jiu-jitsu for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
I think that's something that I like realized too after I started, which wasn't like an intentional thing, like I think it was for you. But once I did start, it was just kind of realizing like this is something that we will always be able to share together, because it's also like I was comparing it to like the gym I used to go to, right? And I was like gung ho about that for how long. And I was like, that is just different though, because it can come and go. And yes, you can learn how to lift weights and stuff, but that's not like a life skill. Whereas this is something that will like, I feel like it's like riding a bike. Like you're just never going to lose these skills. Like you might become a little rusty, but you'll just always be able to have that. And that even as we grow old together, like we're always going to be able to have that together. And we may not be able to like move as quickly one day, but we can still joke around with each other and, you know, and that can always be like something that we have tied us together.
No, I agree. Especially if your kids do it as well.
Yeah.
As they get older. No, it's good to have. I would love to be able to do the other gym that you do as well, but time and money does not necessarily allow both things. But
Yeah.
So you?
There was a moment where I didn't like training anymore, but like I would just go to open mats instead. And then there was a moment where I verbally said, I'm not doing jiu-jitsu anymore. And it was when I went through a big life change, 2-ish years ago, whatever it was. And I was like, nope, I'm done with jiu-jitsu, washed my hands of it. And that lasted about an hour.
An hour. I thought you'd say like a week.
No, that
Hour.
That lasted probably a couple of hours.
Okay.
Just in the process of like moving and all of that. And then I think it was the next day I had to teach women's class, and I came in like I think like an hour early because I knew walking in here I'd be upset. And so I walked in, was upset, went cried, then came back and taught women's class. I was like, yep, nope. Not quitting jiu-jitsu. Like,
I think that was a pivotal moment for you, though, also,
Yeah.
of like, this is for me. Like,
yeah.
no
This is
matter
no longer
how
something-
I
right.
got into it, like, this is who I am. This is part of me forever now.
Yeah, and I had those conversations with you and Ken down in the basement when I think it was while the pit was being built, or we were doing something down there. It was when we had to lay all those stupid tiles.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not taking.
no, we're not taking
I'm
those.
not taking. I'm not doing those
Anything.
anymore.
Those are going in the dumpster.
Never doing those again.
But no, we had a conversation where we were in the basement and I was talking about like my goals for myself and everything. And that's when oh shit. It's storming out there.
Little thunder.
It is so orange right now.
It's so orange. There's going to be a tornado. But no, we were sitting in the basement talking, and I was just kind of talking about like my next steps and my goals for the year and everything. And that's when I was like, no, I'm going to compete once a month for the next year. And I think the first one was in January, and you guys were like, do you want us to go with you? I was like, nope, I'm going
That's right.
without a coach. I ended up taking my mom. I was like, I will take my mom because if I end up getting injured, I'm down in Chicago driving myself back wouldn't be great. But I was like, I don't want, if anyone else from the gym is going to compete, that's great, but no one in my coach's chair. I just want to do it by myself so I can prove it to myself that I can do it alone. And it was like it was definitely a pivotal moment of like taking myself back and like, no, I do this. Like, this isn't a thing. This is just what I do. And then, yeah, it just kind of flourished from there, I think, over the past 2-ish years or whatever. Since then, I've just been like, nope, jiu-jitsu. And everyone's like, what are you doing tonight? Jiu-jitsu. I did get into a bad spot there, though, when I was like, I couldn't go a day without training. And so I have a key. So I would text you and Ken. I'm like, hey, can I invite a couple of people to go roll? And it was like, if I didn't get to train that day,
I remember that.
it was like a downward spiral.
Yeah.
So I
Every
used
day.
it.
You guys busy?
You guys
we
busy?
do have children, so
Bring 'em.
unfortunately, yes.
They can sit out front and play. Like, but yeah, I did get into a point where I was like, it was an unhealthy relationship. Where
It was a distraction, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
it was a distraction. It was something to do. But I've also, which jujitsu and lifting are two completely different things, but like lifting got really unhealthy for me for a while. That's why I like would go to the gym for a long time, and then people would start to notice like I back off from lifting because I would start to like realize in my head what I'm doing, and what it is my body dysmorphia would get really, really bad. And then it was like, if I didn't spend 2 hours at the gym, I was like, didn't spend 2 hours at the gym lifting, I cannot eat tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely have those like toxic personality traits where I do recognize them now, where I'm like, nah, I'm like, let's dial it back a little bit. We're getting into an unhealthy spot. But yeah, it was a couple hours where I was like, fuck jujitsu, not doing it anymore. And then, yeah, I came in, cried, got on the mat, taught class, and then I was like, all right, yep, we're here.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu's it.
Honestly, I've cried a lot less than I thought I would.
Really?
Yes. Because I'm a big crier. I am a crybaby. I'll cry about literally anything.
You talk to me in a certain tone and I'll cry.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you guys will be talking, and you'll be, like, talking about, like, there I go. You'll be talking about, like, work stuff, like, coaching and stuff. And I'm, like, so fucking crazy that I'm, like, they're talking about me right now, 3 inches from me, and I'm going to go cry in the bathroom.
We would never
Because, like,
do
as
that.
if you would do that.
But
But
if we are doing that, we're like, wow, she's doing really well. Look at her go knee on belly mount, knee on belly mount, knee on belly mount.
But,
Like,
so that's how crazy I am. Which is why I do jujitsu, because it helps me not be crazy. But I will cry at literally everything. And so I actually have been so shocked with myself at how little during my like low roller coaster points of that, like how little amount of times I've cried. I've only cried a couple of times. And that's like a really big deal because I cry a lot.
and Will is not empathetic at all, as I learned the other weekend. She's dying on the couch, and he's like, do you really need to go back to the hospital?
No, and like anytime I've been in those moments, and in hindsight, like I do appreciate him being like that because it does usually get me out of the funk because I'm like, well, if he doesn't care, then nobody else cares. So he's just like, well, do better. Work harder. And I'm like, yeah, because it's so easy. But then I end up being like, I mean, yeah, that's literally all I have to do is just work a little bit harder, get better, do the things I suck at. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you're right. I'm not going to tell you that, but
Yeah.
you are. So
he listens too, so he's gonna hear you say that.
we can cut that part out.
I'll bleep it.
But yeah, it is an emotional roller coaster sometimes, but especially being a super emotional person, I've been really shocked with how little I have been emotional about it because I thought I was going to be way up and down.
Yeah.
But it feels like every time I'm down, which a lot of people have said, a lot of people have been in it way longer than me, have been like, usually when you're in those points, it's because you're growing. Like you're in that where you're like moving into that next level. And a lot of times that I have noticed that like, okay, once I get out of it, all of a sudden I'm like, I was just able to chain something together that I would have never even thought of 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And be able to do things like that. And all of a sudden I'm like, I remember learning that like 7 months ago and haven't thought about it since then. But then all of a sudden you just like do it.
Yeah, you doing triangles today?
And
I think I saw you
that
hit
was
3.
crazy. Don't ever expect that again.
I was like, why are you setting up triangles?
I don't even know how it happened, okay?
You looked really good doing it. It was very
Thanks.
technical.
I literally was like, am I going to do this right now? I'm doing it right now. It's happening.
And then she did a baseball joke too. Beth did a baseball joke.
Beth did one.
Will was sitting there watching, and he's like,
I literally heard I didn't think he was like talking to me. I just heard the word baseball. And I was like, wait, my hands are right there. I'm going to try it. And then Beth was like, ah! I'm like, oh, okay.
Beth got one tonight too, and Will was just like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Yeah, all these ladies are gonna come into the adult class and just baseball choke all of the dudes." And he's like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Yeah, I taught it last week."
I know. I like saw your story and I was like, guess what Chelsea taught today? And he's like, what? I'm like, baseball chokes. And he was like, she would.
What else is Will doing consistently right now? What else can we teach? We should do the scorpion lock.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I'm getting the back control one though.
Yeah.
The like opposite one.
He's gonna be like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to? There are multiple reasons on like why we stay in it, but I think a lot of big ones are the confidence side of it.
I was gonna say for women, I think.
Yeah, for women, a lot of it is going to be like confidence building, and then the aspect of self-defense, which I do have a story about that, and then just community as well. Women in jiu-jitsu tend to be like very open, and like if you guys walk into a jiu-jitsu gym and there's women there and you're a woman walking in, usually they're going to be like, "Are you coming tomorrow? Are you coming back?"
Like instant best friends.
Yes.
Literally like flocking, swarming you. Like, oh my god, hi!
New person. So yeah, the sense of community within it too. The self-defense aspect, which this goes along with the confidence too, is obviously our world is crazy. And it just gets crazier day by day. But when I first started, I think I was like a couple of months in, and I tell this story a lot, but I was at a quick trip on my way home from I was training horses as my job at the time. And so I was on my way home from doing that, and I went to this quick trip, which I stopped at all the time. So like to the point where the cash registers would be like, the people would be like, "How are the horses today?" I'm like, "They were naughty. They were good." Like, whatever. But I was standing in line and I had my hands full, and this is still like during, like at the end of COVID. So people were still giving like enough space while standing in line, and they had like the dots on the floor.
I wish we could have kept that.
I know.
Like,
get out of my bubble.
I can stand so close to me.
Yeah.
Side note, sorry.
No, you're good. But this guy came up behind me, and all of a sudden I didn't know it was a guy at the time, but I could feel like someone breathing on the back of my neck, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, also, I'm someone who I was telling you guys earlier, I asked him what my warning label would be, and he said, "Not friendly, will fight you." I love meeting people, but definitely I'm more the black cat energy. But so I was like, what the fuck? And so I just kind of like looked over my shoulder, and I figured someone was just on their phone and just like stepped too close, whatever. So I just took a step forward towards the person in front of me, still like 5 feet in between us. And the person behind me took the step with me, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then it came time to pay, and I went to the register here, and he went to this register, and it was a creepy motherfucker. And he was staring at me like, if you're me and he's facing this way, like should be talking to the person right there, he was doing this. Mm-hmm. And just staring at me and like handing cash, staring at me. And I was like, ooh. And so he leaves before me, and so I'm behind him, and the entire time he's like looking over his shoulder, and I have my keys in one hand and cheese-filled breadsticks in the other hand, and I like looked, and they're so freaking good. Shout out to Quick Trip, sponsor us. But I'm like looking at my hands, I'm like, cheese-filled breadsticks, keys. If this douchebag thinks he's gonna try anything, this is what I'm going to do. Whereas like normally I would just be like, stop looking at me, like run to my car. But I was like, oh, I will fight you. Like, I dare you. I've been training jiu-jitsu for 3 months. I would
absurd because you knew nothing.
I know, but I would love to see
I know one takedown.
Right?
Try me.
I didn't even know a takedown at that point, but I knew an arm bar. I was like, I will snap your arm.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was like a big moment of like realization for me, because I was like, oh. Usually where I'd be like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do? I was like, oh, fuck, try me, because I will mess you up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my little like self-defense story. I've never had to use jiu-jitsu in public. I have threatened it a couple of times at bars. I
People.
don't drink anymore. But for example, my friend's bachelorette party last year, we were at a bar in Gatlinburg, and this 6 dudes. I've never been so uncomfortable in my life. Like we're in a line and we're staring at us hard and would step a foot at a time, all in one line towards us, like coming in on us. And I was like, I wish you would. And so one of the girls went a little crazy, and I was like, that's not a good look, because now they know you're drunk, but whatever. And so one of the other girls went and got security, and while she went and got security, I stood there and I just crossed my arms and I stared at them, and I'm like, I will drop your ass. Like, I know I'm not supposed to use jiu-jitsu outside the gym, but if you come at me, I will pick you up.
I think that was one reason I also love jiu-jitsu, because I've always kind of had that attitude.
You have.
Too. Like, before I knew anything, ever even thought about trying it, I was always that person, like, if somebody's too close to me, things like that, like we're in a bar and guys are being weird, I'm just like, fucking come over. You got something to say? You need to take a picture? Like, what do you need? Come try me. I don't know anything about figure it out. Like, I've always just had that attitude, because, ew, why?
Yeah.
But once I started, it's kind of like same thing. I didn't have like a creepy guy or anything, but just those normal feelings that you feel as a girl walking out in public or at night or like with your kids, things like that. It's just like you're always kind of looking over your shoulder. You're always watching your surroundings. And I found myself doing it a little bit less, like not feeling as paranoid as like, oh my God, I literally have to be looking over my shoulder 24/7. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, okay, if somebody does come up behind me or something, like I feel like I'm confident enough to just, okay, I can figure it out, or at least give a very good effort to get myself out of the situation. Yeah. Or create a scuffle to like someone notices or whatever.
Yeah.
And it like changes the way you hold yourself.
Oh yeah, you definitely walk with more
You
confidence.
walk like physically, legitimately walk differently. Like my girlfriend,
Did she say you walk like a wrestler now?
She was like talking about all of us, because somebody said something about how like, oh, all of like they all walk the same, like fighters all walk the same, and I was like, well, I don't like walk like that, and she was like, yes, you do,
dude. Ray, yes,
and she was like,
Ray called me out on it.
Chelsea, all of you guys all walk the same. I'm like, no, we don't. She's like, yes, you do. You all
pay attention. Pay attention like, to how people walk. And so I try like mindfully to not walk like that. And Ray is like, because he's seen me compete, and he's like, watching you walk around at a comp, he's like, I would not fuck with you. And he's like, and all of you walk the exact same way. It's a certain gait.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Just with purpose, or?
I guess you just have confidence. Like you're just, you walk around, and not like cocky, but you just, I guess, I don't even want to say like your shoulders are, I hunch. Yeah. But like, it's not even that. It's just you walk around apparently a very certain way that is very distinct, that like, oh, you know how to fight.
Natalie's going to be paying attention. She's going to be like, you're doing it.
I'm like, I need to walk back and forth in a mirror to see this. And she told me that, and I'm like, I don't believe you. And then even her fiance, she was like, oh yeah. She's like, you guys all walk the same. Like we were talking about it one day, and she's like, we just watched all of you, and you just all, it's like, you just glide. Like it's just different. I was like, what? I was like, is it cool? Like, do we look cool? And she's like, yeah.
Okay, so there's your cue. If you have been afraid to try jujitsu, try jujitsu, and you'll walk cool.
People will know you're
People
cool.
will know you're cool. You're gonna have to pay attention to it now.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it until
tried
Ray.
to like. I try to imagine how I'm walking. Of like, this is cool. Apparently.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know how else to explain it, but she's like, you all walk the same.
Yeah. Okay. Ray, I didn't realize it until Ray told me. And then I started watching, and I was like, I don't walk like that. And he's like, yes, you do. Because I noticed it in other people. I'm like, I don't walk like that. He's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, you're wrong. And then he took a video of me walking, and I was like, without me knowing, I was like, oh shit, I walk like that. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't hate it, but
no, I don't hate it.
Apparently it's a thing.
Yeah.
We all walk the same.
There's a weird gait. Mm-hmm. There's a little limp in there from all the leg locks.
That's probably what it
I'm like, honestly, it's probably all of us just are walking in pain every day.
Just our hips hurt, our feet hurt.
You got bruises, you don't even know where they came from.
For real. Ray's sister just tried jujitsu on Monday, and she sent us pictures of her legs, and they're all bruised, and she's like, my legs are wrecked. Like, yeah.
That was probably my fault.
But yeah. Anywho, what else do you guys think keeps women in jiu-jitsu?
I think like exercise wise, weight loss wise is a huge
I think
for
that's-
me personally as well.
I think that's a big reason why people start. I think they
Mhm.
start for that and then they fall in love with it.
Yeah. I know for me, like I was going to this gym for over a year, and there's cardio days, there's weightlifting days, there's a little bit of both, like there's everything, and they teach you all the things, and it's great. It was amazing, and I definitely did lose some weight, but I did not drop the weight until I started jiu-jitsu, and then it was just like I wasn't having to do as much because you're just burning
So many calories.
so much when you're actually doing it. And then I hit a little bit of a plateau once it was like, okay, I got to that point where I was like, I kind of know what I'm doing, so I'm not just like in full on survival mode, like literally fight or flight 24/7. But that was like a huge part, is being able, especially trying to lose weight actively and not having to do as much. It was kind of like, oh my God, this is nice. Like it's actually paying off, you know? And now I love it because I just am able to stay where I feel like comfortable. Like I'm very comfortable for the first time since before having kids in my where I'm at. Like I still have goals, but it's not like I hate myself. I hate my body. I don't want to say I love my body. I don't like the whole love your body, love where you're at, blah blah, but like I'm grateful for what my body can do at this rate because of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I think that as a mom too, like I think a lot of moms think they can't because they've had kids or things don't work the way they used to, but you very much can, and it can still change your body. Like I never thought I was going to be able to lose like my mom fat, and I'm always going to have like a little pouch there that's like protective. All women have that, but seeing where I'm at now compared to where I first started, like my orange rash guard picture that I love hate is like, it's insane to look at it. I'm like, oh my God, that's insane, because I really didn't really realize I was like that big in my eyes. Like I know I wasn't like morbidly obese, but like for me, seeing the difference, I'm like, damn, I actually am losing weight. And now it's been, I don't know, just under 30 pounds total.
Damn.
So that I've been able to like keep off. Now I am off of a weight cut, and that was a 15-pound weight cut. But I've been able to keep that off, fluctuate up here and there with 5 pounds, which is normal for women. But I like that I can do that,
Yeah.
and still be able to learn and play with losing more and gaining and that side of it. So
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's another reason I stay is the fitness, weight loss, whatever, all the things,
Yeah.
strength.
Right. I think another reason that I stay, like I said originally, was the confidence, but then the community is huge. So obviously, like I teach our women's class. Wow, I tripped over my words. Stutter. But being able to like reach out to people too, where like it's hard to walk through those doors. So trying to be like a role model, and like one of my favorite things, which they still do it, is when kids class gets done and the little girls come and they sit and they watch, because we're finishing, they get end 5-10 minutes early before us, and so they'll come watch the last part of our class, and they sit there and watch and watch and watch. And like the one, I'm sure her mom wouldn't care if I said her name, but I'm not going to because it's underage. But
Shouldn't care, but
yeah. But the one, I mean, she looks up to all of us. And it's like very well known that she looks up to all of us. So being that for like the younger generation, and the day that we took our women's class into kids class, because a bunch of them were getting promoted, And I know how happy they were to have us there and like clapping for them and everything.
I cried.
Yeah.
Cried on that one.
She's a crier. But yeah, just having that like role model aspect too. 'Cause I don't really think I had much of that when I was younger. Like I did, but I didn't. So I had like the horses were a big thing. But I was like severely, severely bullied because of the horses in middle school, high school, everything.
Because of the horses?
Because of the horses. If I wore my cowboy boots to school, oh, bad. I was like almost restraining ordered.
I knew you had issues with that. I just didn't realize it was because of the horses.
A lot of it was because of horses, and then the big one was just because the ex-best friend got into drugs and all that shit and then went crazy on me, and I almost had to get a restraining order against her. It was great. But she did come after like my horses and stuff, and she's like, I'm gonna kill your horse. I'm gonna kill you and your horse. I'm like, you can threaten my life, but you threaten that horse's life, I'm gonna kill you. Don't say that. But yeah, not really having like the role model. And then once I got into jiu-jitsu, which Lily knows this, but Lily was like the first female in jiu-jitsu that I was like, especially like outside the gym. Like I had Rachel in the gym and everything, and I really looked up to her. But like outside the gym, someone that I didn't personally know, I saw Lily and I was just like, she's so cool. I want to be her friend. And I was so scared to talk to her. And she came into an open mat and asked to roll. And I was like, you want to roll with me? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't think I'm allowed to roll with you. And, but I always like looked up to her big time because and I always thought she was so cool. I still think she's so cool. Let's be real.
So cool.
She's so cool. She's going to be our guest.
I can't wait.
But, yeah, I like looked up to her, and then just being there for like the younger generation and being a role model for them, is important to me. I didn't really realize I like wanted that or like needed to be that until like I started teaching the women's program, and then like the little girls started to like know who I was. And then I was like, oh, like I have to be careful about what I do because they actually look up to me.
They're paying attention to you.
Yeah. And that was something in the barrel racing world was, if you have a bad run, like always still pet your horse when you're done, which I'm still a believer in, but like always treat your horse and everything. Like in general, just treat your horse respectfully, but especially in the arena, because there's probably a little girl on the fence line watching you. And that's kind of the same thing here. Like we legit have girls sitting on the mat watching us. So that's another reason for me.
I've loved that. I mean, I don't have daughters of my own, but I love, 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 love when they come at the end of class and they are like giddy with anticipation until they get their chance to run on the mats and give us hugs at like when class is over.
They're like
they
shaking.
literally cannot contain themselves. In the second we're like, okay, they're like over to us. And I love it. I think I remember the first time the one, she like after I'd been coming for a while and she started to like see me all the time, and she finally came up and gave me a hug after she gave you a hug, and I was like, I'm part of this now. Like it made me so happy. And then it was like after that, every class she'd always give you a hug and then she'd come give me a hug, and I'm like, I just love it so much. And that just is exciting to see them.
My favorite moment with her specifically was she bypassed Natalie to give me a hug, and Natalie was like, hey. I'm like,
Yeah, she's a good one.
Yeah, she's a cool kid.
we have a couple of cool
She's
kids.
gonna be a badass when she is older.
Yeah, I'm terrified of her already.
Mm-hmm.
Give her 5 more years. And
She's pretty technical.
yeah.
No, we got some cool kids. Lots of them, actually.
Yeah.
So, lots of gritty little girls. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that would affect me at all, or like that I would really think about that part of it either, because I don't have daughters, so like that kind of just wasn't in my head. But being somebody that they can be like, I can be like that when I'm older is like a really cool feeling.
Yeah.
To be like, wow, even me just showing up here every week is like making a difference to them.
Yeah.
And that helps to like keep coming back, that like, okay, even on days I feel like I suck, like me just being there is exciting for them.
Yeah.
Which is really a cool feeling.
Yeah. Another one is just like the community aspect of it. So obviously I was competing a lot, and I tried to post like the highs and then some of the lows of it too. Like some losses that were tough for me and everything. And I was just talking to Sarah before class about it. But I like try to post that stuff because everyone posts online and it's just a highlight reel of their life. And I'm like, I'm in the trenches. I'll let you guys know when I'm in the trenches. Mm-hmm. And I've had girls in the community like reach out to me and be like, thank you for posting that. Like, that's nice to see because everyone sees the highs. And someone that I follow that I actually look forward to every time she competes. So Terry out of RMMA, every time she competes, she usually like the next day or like a couple days after, she'll post like video breakdowns and then say her thoughts. Mm-hmm. And I've messaged her. I'm like, please keep posting these. You're not just posting it to like nobody.
No.
I'm like,
I love watching her videos.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm anxiously waiting every time you compete. I'm like, when is Terry gonna post her breakdowns? Because I mean, obviously I'm not on the mats right now, and I feel like I'm learning something from watching her compete and then her going back and breaking it down and like saying what she could have done better or what she's been working on or where she thought she was doing good or bad and this and that. So like just posting for the community too. Like a lot of times you're posting and you're like, is anyone listening? Like, should I even post this? But a lot of times everyone is listening, and it's kind of like the same thing with this podcast.
Right.
I mean, we sit here and we yap and we have guests on, and it's like, is anyone really listening? But then like Elise texts us.
Yeah.
And a guy at her gym is like, oh, I listened to all of the episodes, and then what did he say?
Knows our tagline, like, no apologies. Like, she said something. He's like,
So
well,
hi.
no apologies, right? Yeah, we love you.
He owns Pellner Plumbing, and he sponsored Malice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Shout out to Joe. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. But it's just like little things like that, like seeing it kind of get out there. And then even when we do those little tap-in Tuesdays, like a couple of girls that competed at Malice, I was like explaining it, and they're like, oh, I've seen them. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. Okay. Like, thanks for listening. So it's just like the little things, just being like a positive role model within the community. So
the community part is huge. I didn't realize like how cool it was until I started trying to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. Because when I first started, I would like follow you around if I'd be at a competition, like a little puppy dog, and you're just like, I'm gonna go talk to this person, I'm gonna talk to this person, oh, I see her, and I'm like, oh my god, you know so many people. Like,
remember when I said not friendly? Sometimes friendly.
Lies. And I always looked up to you, and I still do in that way, because you know so many people in the community and try really hard to like bring even more people together, and I admire that, and that I want to be like that, try to, I guess, go out of my comfort zone to talk to people, because I can yap a lot, but I'm like very introverted in public to people I don't know. And so I tried to, like, at Malice, I was like, I'm gonna talk to people today. I'm gonna do it. And
she's in the corner hyping herself up.
Nervous about the competition? No. Nervous to talk to the girls here? Yes. And I talked to a couple of people, and it was just really cool, because it's like some of these people I know just from online. Like, I follow some of them, and sometimes, and some of them I just like knew already, like Elise and Becca and everybody. But I love when we went to, where was it? I don't remember what competition it was, but it was like the first time I actually knew a couple people there.
Naga, I think.
It was Naga. And Elise was there.
Yeah,
and
it was in New Berlin, the last Naga.
Yeah.
In New Berlin.
And
Amanda was there.
Like there was just like a couple of people, and I wasn't even like by you. Were you there?
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. And I was just I was like able to go and like say hi to people on my own, and I was like, this is so cool.
I have friends.
I like have people to cheer on and go say hi to and talk to after, and like talk jujitsu, and it was just like so cool. And so I've loved that part of it. And then as far as like online goes, I don't really post much like myself. I'm just not like a huge social media person for posting, but I try and like share stuff to my stories at least. And I haven't posted much about like any of my competitions online or anything, but I'll just kind of like share stuff that like you guys have posted about them. And but with the Naga that I did last month, I did post like just on my story about my loss in that one. And I got like so, I don't want to say so many, but like I got a handful of people that were like, that's like really cool, and it's really cool that you posted this, and like it's cool that you still like went out there, and good to know that like even though you placed blah, blah, whatever, like all just different things like that. And I was like, I didn't even think anybody looked at my stories. But it was just cool to like have that feeling of like, oh, like, yeah, it's not all rainbows and butterflies, and I don't really care if I lose anyways, so I might as well post about the losses too, because there's a lot to learn from those
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
So
For
that's
sure.
kind of cool. Really, you
Well,
have
I
anything to say?
It actually drives me crazy when people won't acknowledge their losses, like it, and or when a gym won't acknowledge the losses of their competitors. It like,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things that actually really irritates me. Sorry, guys, no apologies, but when you do that, it irritates me. I think it's a huge mixed message, and it is something Ken and I like talked about when we opened our gym, and when we were talking about how we wanted to like put ourselves out there, social media. As you know, we are social media whores, Ken and I.
We love it.
Not like personally, not like on our own lives, but for Underground, we are definitely social media whores. And but one of the things I had said early on is I really don't like it when we give the mixed message, especially to kids, where we say, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, it matters how you play the game, right? Like that's the cliche.
Mm-hmm.
But then if it doesn't matter, why do you hide the losses?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing people like to do is they hype themselves up to compete, and then when they lose, you don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody knows if you didn't say anything, you lost.
Yeah.
Like it's out there. They know
Mhm.
you lost. So the least you can do at that point is say, "Hey, whatever," but like you said with Malice, sometimes winning the comp or winning that actual match isn't the only win, right? That is not the only win. So you went out there, you did something really uncomfortable and put yourself out there in a way that I'm sure was really hard to do. That was a win in and of itself. So acknowledge it. Acknowledge the wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's going off on a tangent, but since you guys brought it up, I do think it is very important to do that for yourself and for the community as a whole. It's okay to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
You can't always win.
You can't always win.
And if you're
Obviously,
always
it's
winning, go into a new bracket.
Right, exactly.
Right. If you are dominating your bracket, you're probably in the wrong bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing to dominate it once or twice, but now
Yeah.
like 4 times in, okay, now you need to do something new here.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like obviously we all want to win. It's not the result we want when we lose, but you learn something in there. You know, I think it's important. So I'm glad that you guys have posted those things. Like I know which post specifically you're talking about with the one that you went into the video and all your sad, like the devastated faces and and tears and all of that stuff.
Crunched over on the mat.
I thought it was a great post because it's true. It's not all wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a tangent. So.
No, I mean, I think it's important. I mean, it's part of, especially if we like are gonna preach like for women to stay in jiu-jitsu and compete, like how important it is to compete. Like that has to come with knowing that you're gonna lose, and you need to be okay with losing. And it might not feel good in the moment. Like I always say, like I don't really care if I win or lose, and I genuinely don't. Winning is really cool, and it was like really cool to get my hand raised finally. But I don't mind losing because I'm not going out there just to win. Like I'm going out there for my own reasons, and that's another part which we talked about competing. Like everyone's going to compete for different reasons, but like I'm going out there to test myself. I'm going out there to learn something. I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable position, blah blah blah. So if I can't talk about like the hard parts of it, then I shouldn't be talking about the good parts of it
Right.
because it all comes with that territory.
Yeah.
And one of my things that I told you guys with Malice too was like I didn't want to feel embarrassed. That's with any competition. I just don't ever want to. I don't care if I lose, but I don't want to look stupid, and I don't want to feel embarrassed by something I did, which can happen regardless. Like even if you know what you're doing,
I mean,
just something stupid
yeah.
can happen,
We've
or
all
you make a dumb
probably
mistake.
Spent an entire 5-minute match on the bottom, which
Yeah, it
sucks.
sucks.
And so I kind of was able to throw that out a little bit after Naga and getting thrown across the mat and
Yeeted.
yeeted and posting about it. And people were like, me thinking like, oh, I felt embarrassed by that because I know I suck at takedowns. And that was like one of those that when everybody's there like, ooh, on the sides of the mat. And you're like, wow, I was the one. They were doing that too.
Yeah.
But then when I posted about it and people were like, dude, that's sick that you did that. Like, how did you not, like, are you hurt from that? Do you have bruises? And, like, that was their questions about it. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I look so stupid.
So well from it. You didn't look stupid. Everybody gets taken down.
I tried.
No, but you recovered really well from it.
But that was kind of like a realization moment of, like, I'm so much more in my own head than what anybody else is looking at.
No one remembers. They remember the takedown, but they don't necessarily remember the person that got taken down because they're not thinking about you in the same way you're thinking about yourself, right? Like that's the bottom line is, as a general rule, even outside of jiu-jitsu, for the most part, we need to get over ourselves because most people are not thinking about us the way we think they're thinking about us. Yeah. Like Chelsea and I aren't sitting 2 minutes away from or 2 feet away from you talking about you negatively. We would never do that. But that's, so yeah, nobody really remembers that. Even you like to post your knee bar. Yeah. It was an awesome knee bar, but most people aren't paying attention to her. They're not checking out her. And first of all, you don't put her name over and over. This is, but they're not going to look at her because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe she got knee barred. I have to go check out her social
media. Like, search who she is.
Right, that's not, but they are like, that was a badass knee bar. Let me check and see a couple more things Chelsea has done. Yeah. So that's the bottom. We've all lost. We've all been there. It's not even, nobody cares. Nobody's thinking much about it. I do get it. I remember my first comp, I was the same thing. I just didn't want to feel embarrassed. And I did, because there was a couple of things that I did were kind of embarrassing. But guess what? I'm the only one that remembers them.
Right. That was a big turning point in mindset for me when you and Ken were like, no one's going to remember your losses. Like, they don't care that much. You're the one that cares. I'm like, yeah, you right. But
no, that's very true.
Yeah, but if you can post those things and kind of like wrapping it full circle into community, it's like it goes to show that people are watching. And it also gives people that I'm friends with who don't do jiu-jitsu a look into it. Yeah. And to be like, oh, she's fine. Yeah, she got yeeted across the mat. And she posted about it, and she's fine. And she still likes it, and she's still doing it, and she's still going back, So it gives them that to look at, too. Like, oh, maybe I can do that. Like, she's a mom. She's 30. I'm 30. Like, maybe I can do it, too. So
watch me post a low-light reel tomorrow.
There you go. Now that we're talking about it. No, but you're right, the confidence part about it. So I've said this, and obviously I won't say the name of the person, but there is a jiu-jitsu social media, like very strong in the social media competitor, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm totally tripping over my words. But a big competitor influencer who only really posts her highlight reels and her wins and some of her rather badass wins. But I remember being like, oh my God, this, first of all, is how is she ranked as low as she is, right? Like, holy shit, she's just a constant badass. Like, it's just crazy to watch her. And then couple things. First of all, you do sometimes see that she does end up on other people's reels where she lost, but also just being able to watch her, you like, oh yeah, she loses too. She just only posts the wins. And I'm not taking anything away from her. She's still definitely a badass, no doubt about it. She is, but she's beatable. And that's the thing. And it's like, so if she was showing, like, obviously she doesn't have to, and I'm not going to name her name anyway. She's not local. But if she was posting like the losses too and the times where she got caught or whatever, just imagine the confidence that would give other women to say, "Oh, look what she can do." Yes, sometimes she loses and that wasn't one of her better matches, but she also does this. Like, because when she wins, she fucking wins hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of one of those like that would be great for other people
Yeah.
to build their confidence too, to say, you know what, maybe competition isn't that scary.
I'll say when I went to East Coast trials, because I was going to do East Coast trials, and I was like, I don't know. And I was like super, like, I don't know if I belong there. Like, I know I can do the ACC Opens, but like East Coast trials, like those girls are, holy shit.
Right.
But when I went to East Coast trials and I'm watching these matches with girls that I was like, I have no business being on the mat with, and I'm there watching their matches in person. Yes, great jujitsu, but I'm like, I would be right there with them. Like, I would also have great jujitsu at that point. Like, yeah, they might beat me, but I might catch them in something too. Like, it would have been competitive enough. And that's one of those things where you see all these people and they post all their highlights and it's like, oh shit. So then when their names pop up in the bracket, you're like, oh shit. But
Exactly. You're like, dude. But then you
Yeah.
just watch somebody and she gets caught and you're like, oh,
yeah, they do get caught.
she got caught by somebody I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that lit a fire under my ass for West Coast trials, which obviously didn't happen. But that is my goal
You're
when
still
I
young. Yeah,
when I come
and
back.
you're
That's
still
my
young.
goal. I want to do one trials just to be like,
Well,
I've
win
done
or
trials.
lose, right? And
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe like we've talked about before, not Helena, but let's just say maybe you end up having to go against Helena. You will lose. You
Oh,
will
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh no,
lose.
I'm gonna beat her.
But you
Yeah.
fucking lost.
Yeah.
You lost to Helena. Like,
Right.
There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
And I just think that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that I realized too with like I talk with my clients, obviously, you know, like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, I'm going to a jiu-jitsu competition. And they're like, what?
You're doing what?
Like, you do? Yeah. And it's like, I have this one guy and I love him. And he came in a couple days ago and I was like, hey, how's it going? He was like, so? How'd it go? And I'm like, you know, he's like, did you kick some ass? And I was like, well, no, not at all, actually. But it was super fun, and I had a great time, and it was so cool, blah, blah. I ran him through the whole thing, and he was just like, man, that is just so fucking cool that you do that. Like, I come in here, and I just get my nose hairs waxed, and you could just, you could just take me out right here. And he's like 60 or something. And he just thinks I'm like the coolest person in the world, and I'm like,
I would rather get rear naked choked than get my.
it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt that bad.
It does hurt.
It doesn't.
I've had done.
That's what little scissors are for.
No, you just use the
know,
guy's
but-
like trimmer and they put the nose attachment on there. But that also like when the hair
Makes it-
starts to grow back, it hurts.
Yeah, I just take those little mini scissors. Anyway, that's
Anywho.
not the topic here. But
yeah.
if he
But-
can do that, he can do jujitsu. I'm just saying.
But they just think it's like the coolest thing in the world. And just like little me, little nobody white belt, you know? And I'm just like, I'm just out there to have fun. And why not?
Yeah.
And so if little me can be inspiration to like one single person I try and talk about it with the girls in class too, like who are thinking about competition, like I will laugh about my losses. I will come in, I'm like, did you guys see me get yeeted this weekend? I'm like, here's the video, watch me. And to make it less scary too, to be like, hey, if I can do it, old decrepit little me, that's a mom. If I can go out and compete and keep coming,
He's like, I'm gonna throw punch you.
I know she always gets so mad when I call myself old. Okay, I feel like I'm like
We'll be rolling
92.
here pretty soon.
It'll be live.
We should
Live
do
on
that
the
once.
podcast.
We should totally do that once. Anywho, but that comes all around in all the things like community,
Confidence.
inspiration, confidence. Like I would have never ever ever thought a year ago, even 6 months ago, where I was at in jiu-jitsu, that I would like trying to be like an image for someone who's just started or thinking about it. But now I'm like, I want all of you to do it. So look what I can do. It's not much, but we have fun.
Okay.
So,
I always figure too, if I can do that, nothing. Like if I can handle, not necessarily with other women, but like if I can handle a 190-pound dude on the mat, like what the hell does life have to throw at me that I can't
Right.
manage? You know, so
Yeah.
it's another thing that kind of keeps me around is just knowing that, like, if I can do this, I can do anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like the confidence of just like, try me.
Should we end it there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, on that note,
Come gain some confidence. Come try jujitsu.
come try jujitsu, get confidence, get community. What else? Whatever else we
Get
said.
community.
Get hot.
Get,
Be a badass.
get hot. All right, now I'm really going to end it on that note. I'm going to remind you guys to always
Row rogue.